up, everybody? It's another episode of Den in the D, man. I got my man's Biz on the line.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, man. We locked in. Locked in forever, man. It's my dog right here. Today we just gonna talk about, do y'all see if the Lions gonna win the opener against Kansas City? You know, they just had that Super Bowl win and everything, about to come into the next season and throw the Lions straight into the fire. Are the Lions gonna mess up and go back into that same old Lions thing? Or are the Lions actually gonna pull off the win of the year just to start off the season? Like, I'm ready to see what happens.
Me too. Waking our way to Thursday, September 7th. So only game on TV. So they got to come out with a roar. Can't come out with a purr. Got to come out with a roar.
Don't use that. Don't use the alternate helmet, then, man. Because I
Yeah.
with you before, I was like, I like the other one was more aggressive. That one now it's just like,
Yeah, that one basically restored the roar. Now you go back to this one, the bubbles one. I'm like, maybe we should stick to the extreme Rory on steroids.
yeah, like, I can see that better, man. We coming in trying to be aggressive, trying to finally win the NFC North. I'm sorry. So for us
Exactly.
to win like that and be dry, I'm like, nah, I don't want that. We got to come in trying to kill like every time. Even Dan Campbell, what? I don't see that logo as being the bite kneecaps off type logo.
Yeah,
That's
when I saw, I'm kind of surprised he signed off on it if he was consulted at all.
yeah, I think that's probably more of a Sheila Ham, Rod Wood thing, because that one right there, I don't think that would have got any love from him.
Yeah, because that ain't no what he come in saying, that ain't no biting the kneecaps, knocking you down again after you get up mentality, that Lion.
Exactly. So
So
we're gonna see. But do you think the Lions gonna pull this one off, man?
I really do. The only thing that makes me nervous is how many people are actually picking the Lions just to have a good season. That jinx, almost like that Madden cover jinx type thing. So, and like I said, we come out with a roar, and it's almost a situation too where we damned if we do, we damned if we don't. Because if we win, then it's gonna be all Kansas City had that hangover. They was distracted, yada yada blah, as people say. But then if we lose, it's like, oh, same old Lions. So, but
Yep.
either way, give me the win all day. Get the season off to a good start. Stay focused. Go in Kansas City and beat them Super Bowl champions. That could be huge going into the season.
Yep. My first interview I ever had with Dosa Dion, man, the guy that really got me started on wanting to do this. Me and him had that conversation. I said, man, I see him pulling up. I don't see them winning like just blowing them out by like 14, 20, 21 points. But I see it being like the Lions win by 3 or the Lions win by 7. I see it being close, but I don't see it being just like a blowout.
Oh yeah, definitely. I kind of see it like that too. Like like the game we played against Buffalo
Mm-hmm.
last season. I kind of
Yeah.
see it being like that, back and forth, and hopefully we pull it off. Last second field goal or just holding off their charge at the end.
Yep. And the reason I see that is because like the defense, I still want Chase Young, y'all. Let's make this known. But
Yeah.
I still see, the addition of Gardner-Johnson, Manuel Moses, he comes back, Tracy Walker coming back from an injury, Rodrigo Hutchinson ain't gonna do nothing but get better. Like that defense is finally starting to look like something. Like we not
Yeah.
bottom end of the league anymore. Like they trying to get, and I say every time, I think they're gonna wind up being top 10. I don't think they're gonna start off like that, but
Hmm.
they gonna get it together like week by week. So the point they actually gonna be tough. Then
Exactly.
go ahead.
And I would say exactly that defense for. Hopefully, we spend the whole off-season training camps, off-season workouts. Then when training camps start, that's our entire focus. Just Kansas City, because you get a whole 10 days off to prepare for the next game. But our focus, there's no reason we should go into this game not being prepared.
Yeah.
No reason. If we go in there and get blew out, God forbid, then something's definitely wrong. That's the only game on the schedule right now. The Super Bowl champions on their field, Thursday night, prime time, everybody watching. We have to go in there biting kneecaps,
Yep.
breaking them down from the jump. It'd be nice to have had Jalen Carter on the other end, but we got to go with what we got. We get Chase, we get old Chase. Okay, if not, still got to go in there and handle our business.
Yep. Because that's
New
one thing.
secondary, linebackers, everybody watching out for Travis Kelsey. Not letting him just take them little dump routes right in the middle of the field.
Because that's one of the things I said. Like playing at Arrowhead Stadium anyway is gonna be hard. But
Mm.
you know, and this is one thing. Like I don't like. I said it before. Like losing Eric Bieniemy, Orlando, not Orlando. Yeah, Orlando Brown. Orlando
Mm-hmm.
Brown leaving and going to play with Cincinnati. So you lost a good offensive lineman. Chris Jones hasn't been attending OTAs lately, so who knows if he gonna end up coming back. So it's
Yeah.
like you really is gonna be like Andy Reid against Dan Campbell, but yeah, Andy Reid is a better head coach than Dan Campbell. I'm not gonna sit here and say he's not, but at the
True.
same time, it's like you can't really. I don't really know how to go off it because like you still have Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey, but you losing so much other pieces around Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, I don't see how y'all gonna fix that. Then
Yeah.
other than Travis Kelsey, they haven't really addressed anybody else on the receiving line either. You just let Juju Smith Schuster go. You you don't let Tyree Hill go years ago. So other than that, who you throwing to?
Exactly. That's why I'm hoping. Got these rumors. They're trying to work something out with Jones to make salary cap room to go after D Hopkins. The rich just keep getting richer. We don't need that going into the game unless we do try, some miracle get Chase and Cooper Cup. Rumor. But if we can, like I said, if none of that happens, we still got to go in there with the mindset. Look, this our season right here, getting off to a good start. And then, as far as the coaches, yeah, Andy Reid, offensive guru, Zen master. Phil Jackson. Man, he's scary. He's scary. Ain't no telling. And we're their first game too, so I'm sure he gonna be had them prepared. Don't have a letdown banner unfolding. So yeah.
Yeah, and I just in the thing of see how the Rams were last year. Like that's the reason everybody keep talking about get rid of Cooper Cup because they just need to the Rams just need to embrace that full rebuild. And I'm like, for what? I'm like, y'all do know the Rams just won the Super Bowl. Now you want to get rid of Stafford's favorite receiver. Like I can understand getting rid of Baker Mayfield or something like that because
Right.
he didn't like he did good, but he didn't beat out Stafford when Stafford comes back. So I understand not wanting to re-sign him, but
Mm.
get rid of if that's the case, you're going to get rid of Cooper Cup. You might as well just get rid of Aaron Donald.
Yeah, exactly. Because who did they trade Jalen Ramsey to?
The Miami.
Oh yeah,
But I can understand that because you probably worry about cap space because
exactly. Cooper Cup. They probably worry about that about him too.
yeah, see, that's the thing that's been going around. Like that D Hop thing you were telling me about, I ain't gonna lie, I brought out into like a cold sweat when you told me
Mm.
that. I was just like, oh my goodness. Like, give Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelsey on one side, and DeAndre Hopkins on the other side. I'm like,
Whew.
that's not fair. Like, that's not,
It's
that's
not.
not
And the
fair. That's,
weather and the weather's still gonna be good too. Whew. On grass outside.
that's what I'm
Ugh.
saying. That's why I keep saying, I even said it in my other video, like, I don't understand why Arizona even let him go. Like, yeah, you're gonna have to go through something because Kyler Murray isn't there, so you have to wait until he like fully healed to address, the quarterback issue. But at the same time, DeAndre Hopkins, he even said it himself. He said, when I stop being 1,000-yard receiver, I'll
Mm.
retire. But until
Yep.
then, I'm gonna keep playing. And I'm like, yeah, I understand. So for y'all to wave at 1,000-yard receiver and him to stay in free agency so long, I'm like, it got to be something else behind this because he's showing you athletically, he's still good. So why? What is it that's stopping him from being signed by these teams?
Mm. We never know what's going on in the locker room, behind the doors. He's seeing Kyler Murray hurt, trying to come back. Maybe he knows something. Maybe he sees something to know something we don't know, and want to get out of there too. So pushing the issue like this guy want to run too much instead of throwing the ball to me. So Like with any locker room, you never know exactly what's going on. You just hear the rumor and the innuendo. So
It could be that way how it was in Miami where they had it where, well, we're gonna tell you to your face that we want to win, but behind closed doors, we're gonna try to lose as many games as possible. Like you know,
hmm
DeAndre Hopkins is not gonna be that person. Like I'm just not gonna catch this ball, or he do what was it, Marcus Peters did where it's like, oh, I make business decisions with every play. You know, DeAndre Johnson's gonna come in there and give you 100% every time. So that's why I was like, yeah, I probably if you're in a full rebuild, then I can understand why you would let him go. But if you're sitting there telling us like, no, we're gonna compete and wait for Kyler Murray to come back because he is our starting quarterback, then it doesn't make sense. But they could be lying to our faces, but doing something else behind closed doors.
exactly, exactly, exactly.
Because this is off topic from Kansas City, but I don't know if anybody else has seen it. They've been talking about Caleb Williams, the quarterback from USC, coming
I
straight
heard that.
coming straight into Arizona. And I'm like, that's what y'all want. Like this is what y'all want. That's not why y'all coming. That's not why y'all are gonna have this bad season. Y'all want to have this season because you about to get a new quarterback and restart.
Mm. That's what I'm saying. You sign them to yeah, you sign them to all this money. Injuries happen. You know, if it happened again or he don't have a good season, do you blame it on the injury? He not 100%. Are y'all trying to rush him back too quick? Because Kyler Murray still, one of the best in the game right now. Just had a freak injury like most people do. Give him a chance to properly recover and see how he is after that.
Yeah, I just kind of just hate how they portrayed him as such a bad guy. That the guy that doesn't want to watch film and play video games versus check out opponents. I'm like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that it is. But
Yeah.
same thing I had, which I go back to again. Same thing I had with the David Pender, that interview that I had with him. Like he was like, you got people sometimes they like to throw out false narratives about people just so people like, oh well, this is the reason why we don't like this person, and it's
Mm-hmm.
complete fabrication. But it's
Yep.
just more one of them things that you just throw it out here just to give everybody this false narrative. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
this person gonna fit this mold, this person gonna stand out.
Yeah. That's that business side of it. Try to not necessarily lower your value for trade, but lower your value for someone else wanting to sign you if you do cut them. That way you ain't got to worry about facing them possibly within the division if a division opponent interested in them. So a lot of it's chess. A lot of stuff goes on in the in the NFL or just pro sports locker room ownership. So we never know the truth till somebody comes out with a tell-all book.
Somebody air your false to tell us, man, I know the script. Y'all saw it. I'm gonna put it out. I'm like, good.
Yeah.
I know what's going on because I need to
Yeah,
see.
that's why I don't be mad at players, too much for, getting their money. Like with the Jets defensive line getting all that money. That could be a big help for Kansas City and Jones working out his contract. Was it 4 years, 96 million, 66 guaranteed? Whoo, Lord.
Now, see, the one reason why I like Chris Jones, but it took him so long just to even get. I think he's like this year was the
Yeah.
first year he ever had a tackle for loss in the playoffs. I was just like, man, like
Mm,
that's a long time. Like regular season, you cold, but it comes to the playoffs, you kind of regress a little bit. I'm like, I never thought I would see that with Chris Jones. That's why when he finally got it, everybody was like, yeah, you finally you did.
yeah.
I was
Yeah,
just
that's
like,
why you got to strike while the iron's hot, boy.
yeah, that's why I'm like, man, you at this point you want to take advantage because putting so much stock into Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey. That's why you gave Patrick Mahomes $500 million. So
Yeah.
but as I keep going back to man, like y'all have all these, you have not even all these players. You just have Travis Kelsey, Patrick Mahomes. Clyde Edwards-Helaire 3 years ago was doing pretty good. Now he even started to regress. So, you know, like I said, other if y'all going to get DeAndre Hopkins, then I'll be like, okay, I understand that because you giving Patrick Mahomes more pieces. Unless you trust your young receivers to come in, but maybe that's it. Maybe Sky Moore, if he's still with the team, Sky Moore
Mm.
is gonna be that person that he throws to. I don't know, but I'm just not seeing like on paper, like if the Lions don't end up pulling this off, man, I really would be surprised.
That's going to Tracy Walker, like you said, coming back. Will Harris, he just got a nice little contract, so it's step up time. I like that all of them are young too. They in their early 20s, well not early 20s, like mid 20s, from
Yeah.
25 to 28 to 27. So they working on their skills, getting to know each other. Okay, this is what I do when he do that, or he gonna pat his back or pat his pad. Let me know which way to go or where he may be thinking for the play. As long as they get on that same page and they doing it now, mini camp, when camp starts, working out on their own, I think we stand a heck of a chance. Same thing with the linebackers. Not letting Travis Kelce, he in that Super Bowl. It's like y'all don't see him sitting right there in the middle of the field. He basically taking 3 steps, turning, boom. Don't let them little dump off passes. That's like all he does. Just eats you up constantly, right in that middle of the field, get them little dump off passes. Not nothing really long, but he just eats you up,
See,
wear
that's the
you
reason.
down.
See, that's the reason why I like, Alex Anzalone and, Rodrigo, and they just drafted Jack Campbell. And everybody's like, well, we don't really see Jack Campbell, but I don't see anything wrong with him. I just got to see him on the field. But that's why I definitely see them being more of those like bigger, more aggressive players that they can
Yeah.
coach on that line. And
I like
I
that
didn't
Iowa, that Big Ten. Boy, he didn't see some action. So,
Jack Campbell. I
mm,
just assume they're playing for a
yeah,
spot for real. Because
mm,
if you didn't resign Anzalone, and if you didn't have Rodrigo already, then you still got Derek Barnes. I'm like,
yeah,
man,
you do. Don't
I'm like,
forget
so
about Reeves Maben too.
yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of swapping out unless you just gonna like throw them on special teams, and here we gonna stay here. You gonna stay on special teams for now, and you gonna see
Hmm.
what happens. Like maybe that's it, but as of this moment, I'm like, I don't really understand why y'all did that.
Yeah, I'm a big fan, of Moore. That way, keep everybody fresh. Ain't nobody out there sucking wind, afraid to come out. Look, we put my man in. Keep everybody nice and fresh.
Yep,
That's
that's
Travis Kelce in that middle of the field. You're gonna need that fresh bodies in and out, in and out, in and out. Tighten that
that's
defense up. Stop people.
That's what I'm saying. And then
Yeah,
even with that, even with wanting Chase Young, you wouldn't even need that much to get rid of him. Like you would probably have give up a third. I feel like a Cooper Cup right now, if you wanted him, you would probably have to give up like 2 firsts and a third for him. Just
yeah,
because, just I keep going off it, just because his past, everything is going on, and the potential that he can bring to the team. So I'm like, yeah, you had to give up so much. Chase Young is still in the prove it year at this time. So you gotta what I'm saying? You probably can get him for nothing, seeing though his contract is only 1 year.
yeah, exactly, exactly. I think people still, because I always think about that Roy Williams trade to Dallas. We got what, a first, a third, and a sixth.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That basically fleeced Dallas. I was like, you got a first and a third and another pick. So I'm sure if the Rams, end up being serious about trading, they probably looking for something like that as well. Even though that was years ago.
Yeah, but hopefully everything happens. Hopefully everything happens the way I want it to happen. The Lions actually come in, win this, well, not only win this game, man, but have a winning season. This is now the year for the Lions to actually come out and do something. So if the
Yeah,
Lions
Dalvin Cook being gone too.
and you losing to Darius Smith, that's why I'm like, come on now. If
Yeah,
y'all don't win this, I'm like, I, I don't even know. I wouldn't even know what to say. Like the
yeah.
Lions are going to lose some games. Like, of course, I'm not gonna say that it's gonna go undefeated.
And they ain't played no games yet. Y'all ain't done nothing yet. Forget everybody picking y'all. We got to go out here and play these 17 games. Golf be like was Trent Dilfer in 2000 when the Ravens won.
Hmm.
Just manage the game. Don't try to do nothing crazy. Just manage the game. do what do what's do what's the play call. If you have to do audible, whatever, okay. But right now, just manage the game. Everybody just step up, live up to their potential. But just manage the game, golf. Just manage the game.
Yeah, like I still wanted Jamal Williams just because I liked him as I liked his character. But do I think he can repeat 17 touchdowns and all that stuff? I don't. It'd be kind of hard, but I don't. I gotta see for myself because I didn't really
Yeah.
think. do that this year, but then he proved me wrong and beat Barry Sanders' record. So I'm like, okay, but replacing him with David Montgomery, letting DeAndre Swift go, which still hurts.
Yeah, that was a shocker to me.
Letting him go and to get Gibbs, and then they said, "Oh, we didn't want to trade Swift. We wanted to keep Swift, but then when we drafted Gibbs, he asked for a trade." I'm like, "Of course, you just pushed me down the depth chart. Of course, I don't want to leave. I'm not one of the people that's going to sit here and play third string all the time. No, I know my capability. I know I'm
Hmm.
a starter. I know I'm not one of them people like, oh, give him. I'm not a fresh pair of legs that don't sit on the bench. No, I am a starter, and I played
Right.
at the time. So I think he's gonna go. I think he's gonna do good in Philly though,
Oh
just
yeah.
because with Philly let Miles Sanders go. When they let Miles Sanders go to Carolina, I'm like, oh yeah, y'all just replace the speedster. And then
Yeah, that's that business side, boy. Swapping pieces out on the chessboard.
so they said I'm ready to see it, man. Like that's why I'm nervous because I really don't want them to go 8-9 and all this other stuff and just have a losing season and somebody beat us out. But
I, they didn't got our hopes up, man. 9-8 last year. Made that good run towards the end. Almost made it. We got some help. Glad they beat Green Bay still. Aaron Rodgers gone. Like I said, Dalvin Cook gone. The Bears still, dealing with their quarterback situation, trying to get him back healthy. So I feel the writing's on the wall. This is can definitely be our year and catapult us to, who knows moving forward. Got the right coach. Seem like we got the right GM. Getting the right players in here, the right mentality.
mhm,
So just focus on what you got to do each game, one at a time. That's ahead of you right now. Kansas City, Thursday, September 7th, prime time. Got to get it.
they're gonna do it, man. Like I said, I don't see them winning by like more than 10 points, but I definitely see it being somewhere between that 3 to 7 range. 3 to
Hmm.
7 range. So I'm just waiting to see what happens, man. So y'all hear it. September 7th. I cannot wait. My hands are already sweating. I'm gonna be yelling at my TV.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately I cannot be at the game, but I just can't wait to see this, man.
And I'm
But
gonna be at my den in the D, watching it on the big screen.
yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you being on here with me, man. Much love to you, bro. I appreciate you doing this with me.
Yep, no doubt. Thanks for asking me. Appreciate you. Have a good one.
All right, y'all. This is another episode of Den in the D, man. Like, subscribe, like, subscribe. Thank God Almighty, y'all like to subscribe. Peace, y'all.